Sup guys, here today to do Naruto chapter 684 review titled We Must Kill Him. Now, this chapter of Naruto was a pretty okay chapter, and in this chapter we finally get to see Kaguya articulate speech in a very fluent manner like we've never seen before. Before, whenever Kaguya talks, we just normally see her talking broken language, broken English, like talking like she can barely um gather the words to really make a sentence. But now we see her talk pretty fluently in this chapter of Naruto. So I'm guessing those other times when she wasn't talking was because she never needed to. But overall, what really happens is that Obito and Sakura and a clone of Naruto were all planning to go into the dimensional tier if she was able to go into there. But right before they supposedly got a chance to do that, it looked like she picked up on them and she began noticing and focusing on them. But then the real Naruto body trapped in the ice began to say that okay, he's going to try something to go in after Sasuke because he can still sense Sasuke. So he initially tries to he this is something we've unique to Naruto. We see him talk to one of the 8 beasts. I think it was the 6th beast, where the tail beast was telling him that okay, now I give you my chakra, and now your chakra will be so hot that you will be able to melt the ice, and with it you will be able to counter attack Kage and hit her. So it gave Naruto that chakra, and then Naruto all of a sudden flew up and hit down Kaguya into the ice, and upon hitting Kaguya down into the ice, then the 9-tailed fox came up to Naruto and said, Naruto, I will find your chakra. And Naruto said, okay, cool. And upon that time, what the Naruto do, we see him do a massive, this is arguably the biggest Kage Bunshin technique we've seen Naruto do to date. This is the biggest Kage Bunshin, clone amount that we've ever seen Naruto do. Biggest, right? And he's in a state where he by himself is already so OP, so powerful, so hacks, where he's able to compete against Kaguya. Well, he's not up to that where he's not right beside Kaguya, but he's still able to even do anything to her. Him and Sasuke, they're the only two ones capable of taking her out. So he's up there in the range, if you want to call it, of Kaguya's strength range. And he does this massive Kage Bunshin technique, and then all of them try bomb rushing her, all of them try ganging her at the same time. They succeeded in pressuring her and causing her to jump into the dimensional tier to run away from them temporarily. And then right at that point we see Naruto jump in as well. Naruto, the original Naruto that was out there with the clones, his own personal intention was to go in after the tier, to go in after Sasuke, but it turns out that he himself didn't make it, and it was actually Obito, Sakura, and the clone of Naruto that made it, but it wasn't revealed at this point. So Kaguya and Black Zetsu begin to debate among themselves whether they should kill Naruto or take his chakra, and it gets decided rather Kaguya concedes to Black Zetsu's idea that better they get rid of Naruto, play it safe instead of trying to capture him. And in trying to capture him, there still rests the possibility of she being sealed away from the yin and yang sealing technique that Naruto and Sasuke have. So they say, okay, she does this kind of ash spike technique, throws it into the dimension. Well, she does it really clever. Chose one out, like that was the first real initial aim, but it turns out that the real initial aim was aimed through Naruto's chest, aimed at Naruto. It got Naruto, and it got rid of that Naruto clone. And then, since dispatching that Naruto clone, she assumed that because that was the real body of Naruto, killing him, when she goes back to the other dimension, all those other clones will be gone. But it turns out that as soon as she exits out from that dimension to go back to the real dimension, Obito and Sakura came out from Obito's own dimension. So is this whole dimensional games thing going on, which it's neither here nor there. It's okay if you ask me. So Obito and Sakura come out, and then it's revealed that the one that was killed by Kaguya was actually a clone, and it's now up to Sakura to try and find Sasuke. They heard everything that was said by Kaguya and Black Zetsu, so now Sakura is one that's going to run and try to go after Sasuke so that they can get to him, so that they can bring him back out. And Obito is willing to sacrifice his life to make that happen. So you know, that's it. That's basically the chapter. So Kaguya and Black Zetsu are back out there with all Naruto clones, and they are surprised that upon killing the main body, all of them are still there. So they pretty much should put two and two together and realize that they didn't in fact kill the real body. But that's where the chapter left off. So overall, I thought it was an okay chapter of Naruto. We have the progression of what happened last week with Naruto and Sasuke being separated, and with Obito coming along to trying to redeem himself. And now we are seeing how everything is going to play out. And we've also get to see some new move sets from Naruto, some things that it's pretty cool. And these new abilities that we've seen Naruto take on and Naruto do in his already superior state, given that he's on par able to fight with Kage. It's really impressive. But as I said, overall that's it. That's my review. So okay, chapter of Naruto. So remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Sayonara.